Not sure what is holding you back in your piano technique? Why is it not brilliant? Today I'm going to share in depth about what not to do if you want to make sure that your piano technique is wonderful. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell in order to receive notification every time I post a video about music and learning. I've noticed while being a guest lecturer at University for Piano Pedagogy courses that both learners and teachers are not aware of some of the pitfalls and some of the mistakes that you can do when you play piano to hold your technique back. So today I'm very excited to share with you all of these secrets to make sure that you're aware about all the mistakes that may be holding you back from having your brilliant technique on the piano. Just so you know, my name is Dr. Nina Soyfer and I hold a doctorate degree in classical piano performance. The name of the CD, by the way, is Radiant Classics, and you can find it on all streaming platforms. So whether you love listening to piano music simply, or you are actually learning or playing piano, these are some of the things that I'm going to take you through that will explain what could be holding you back from having an amazing piano technique. First thing that you have to stop doing if you want to have amazing piano technique is a curved pinky. A lot of people play piano like this, which is correct, and then suddenly this happens. That means that you're tensing up. So if you have that in either hand, you just have to relax it, take a deep breath, and keep playing whatever you're playing and try to let your pinky rest. Think about it, guys. You don't sleep like this, so that's not a relaxed position. Relaxed position is a regular drop of your hand without any pressure. So I'm going to show you on the piano right now how to play with a tense technique and then something that will make you more brilliant without the curved pinky. Alright, so here's an example of a curved pinky and playing with the curved pinky. Then you cannot even lower it down. It also sometimes sticks up. So if you relax your hands, it's going to look like this. And then you can go faster. Alright, let's talk about the thumbs. So the thumbs are relaxed. When they're relaxed, they're just dropped like so. They're just regular relaxed position. But when you're pressing index and you don't have a relaxation properly established, you're going to feel that kind of raise in the thumb muscle here, and it will kind of attach itself to this index when you press it, and it's kind of going to look like that. If you see that, which you see a lot, trust me, you are going to know that you're preventing and inhibiting yourself from having an actual good technique on the piano. What you need to do is, while pressing this index finger, you're just going to drop and relax your thumb. You're going to let it just drop as if you're relaxing. And I'm going to show you on the piano how it looks like to do it wrong, and then how to stop and retrain your neurons, which are intelligent muscles in your fingers, that you want them to do this, to be relaxed with your thumb drop. When you go like this, when you're playing like this, like that is not right. But when you relax it like this, that is right. For example, but if I press this, some people will have that kind of happen. If it happens, you press the key, then you relax it, stay there for a little bit so your muscles get the signal, and then continue playing. Flat fingers, that's the next one. Stop doing flat finger playing if you want to be brilliant on the piano. The most top number one reason people doing flat fingers is because they either have long nails or just a bad habit. So they play like this, whereas that doesn't provide, it's a bit tense, it doesn't provide you a lot of this, range of motion. So if you have straight flat fingers like this, it's not going to provide enough height for you to actually have a good technique. So that's why we actually do something called curved finger, where your knuckles are raised. Like your knuckles here, they're going to need to be raised in order to actually have a good position. I'm going to show you the flat fingers and then the right position right now. Flat fingers. You cannot play with the flat fingers because you cannot even, you're gonna press other keys. That's the wrong position, that's the right position. The wrong position, the right position. You could also have a too low wrist position. So if this is your keys, your wrist should not be aligned with the keys. The keys should be way below your wrist for you to have that range of motion. Otherwise, you're going to be kind of stuck. So raise your wrist. I'm gonna show you the flat wrist and then the proper wrist right now. Low wrist, normal wrist. Low wrist is, sometimes people just don't have the muscle and they're resting on the piano like that, which is totally wrong. The other funny story is that you could also have a wrist too high. So the wrist too high is gonna look like you have a band, like you have an angle right here. So to bring it down, you need to kind of create a straight line going from the tips of your fingers, especially from the knuckles up. And that is like too low, too high, normal. So that's a straight line here while still being loose. I'm gonna show it to you on the piano right now, how it looks like too high and how it looks like proper. High wrist, it looks like this. People do it a lot on the octaves, you know, like that. It's very, very bad. So you wanna bring it not too high, just normal straight line from here. Let's talk about shoulders. Who doesn't know that raised shoulders create a lot of tensions in the neck, and it also creates a lot of tension in the hands. So if your shoulders are raising up as you're nervous about the song, you don't know it well or whatever reason, or you have a bad habit, lower it down and drop it and let the gravity take it. Let's talk about the neck. When I was younger, I used to tense up and I would wear a turtleneck kind of sweater, and it will have second and third and fourth chin because I was so tense. So if you're seeing yourself doing this, you know, you're like really tensing up, I wanted to just relax your neck. The neck relaxation is so important. Don't bring your your chin towards the back. Just allow yourself to have a relaxed position, because that unnecessary tension could distract you from your performance. Reading. Surprisingly, it's shown by research that if you're reading the score and you are not a fluent reader or you don't know the song by heart, you could take up to half of your brain effort and focus and resources to just read the song. So if you are able to, and that's not for everyone, to not read the song as you perform it, then you're going to have 100% of your brain resources on controlling your motion, your time, and everything that it takes to play piano smoothly. If you do need to read the score, make sure you're highly experienced and your technique is already top-notch, so that the reading can just remind you where you are, but it's not something that you rely on so heavily during the performance. Because reading takes about half of your brain's attention away from the actual playing itself. So if you can do it by memory or practice somewhere where reading doesn't take up so much space in your brain, that will be the best. Stop learning from the beginning. A lot of the people who don't have an actual high quality experience in piano actually don't benefit from learning from the first note. They start to learn the first note, the second note, the third note, or bars or pages, and then they got kind of stuck. Or they rely on automatic memory. The better way, like I was taught by my former professor Nikolai Somov, is actually to start from the back of the song. You take the last bar of the song and you play through it and you memorize it and you practice it. Then when you're fluent with it, you take the last 2 bars of the song, and once you learn this last bar, then you feel like finishing the song because you already know the last bar anyway. And as you move backwards like so, learning the song from the back, then you always want to finish it, and that creates a positive based practice, and it's such a faster way to learn a complex song. So I recommend learning the songs from the back, last bar, last 2 bars, last 3 bars, until you get all the way to the beginning. Try it out. Not enough slow practice. Who heard the story about how slow Rachmaninoff, one of the greatest piano players in the world, used to practice? The stories about the mailman standing outside waiting for him to get through his songs super slow are so famous because he didn't feel the need to play fast all the time. He knew that encoding properly slow motion performance into your fingers will then create a confidence and straight, steady flow into the notes when you're playing it faster. So practicing slowly the songs that you're learning is crucial and very important classical piano technique trick that we've been doing for generations. And if you practice slowly and relaxed hands is the really big benefit of that, because in slow motion you're not tensing up, not knowing what's next. When you practice everything slow and it's all spaced out, then you can go for your proper speed. Slow practice. So this song Ocean, this is where you start. Then you go fast later. But you start with the slow practice, or like Rachmaninoff. I'm sitting a bit low here, but if you go fast, it's going to be like this. So you're going to go faster, but still remain in relaxation if you do that. The next problem that people use to inhibit their practice is doing only the rhythms notated. As one of my favorite professors and friends, Christina Petrovska-Kuliko, taught me, there is always the need to rhythmic variation. If you have a row of steady eighth notes, then play them as if they were dotted eighth and a 16th, so that your fingers get used to fast and slow motion of it, or then use it as 1/8 and 2 30-second notes. So have one long, one short, then one long, two shorts, one long, three shorts, and then you increase the amount of notes you can play super fast, and you play all of the notes fast as well. This actually was taught also by other professors as well, where you have a pause and rest, and then you go fast through the notes, and you're kind of ignoring the rhythm notated for a moment to develop that dexterity, and then you can go back to the rhythm. So not enough rhythmic variation. Let me show you some examples of how you can practice that. Not enough rhythm practicing patterns. So here is a straightforward performance, but if you go long short, then two shorts, three shorts, then four shorts, and then all of the line that I go up and down short. And the long ones are heavier and the short ones are lighter. That's a slow and heavy. That's one short, one long. And then it's gonna go faster. So that was not enough rhythmic variation patterns. Next, long nails. I cannot demonstrate it today because mine are not so long, but if you have long nails, you will not be able to curve your fingers and feel with the actual skin your key. Your key, and you have to have energy, you have to have connection, you have to really feel like you're playing the notes, not your nails pressing it down, or not having to curve and bend your knuckles in order to just allow for that touch to happen. So long nails is a no-no, and one of the important things that stop people from playing fluently. Next, wrong piano. Guys, if you are trying to play a classical song that is meant to be for a grand piano with lots of repeated notes, there is no way you can play it on an upright piano, because for upright piano you need to go all the way up before you press the key again. For a classical fast song, you need to sometimes have repeated notes, and only grand piano allows you to actually not lift the key all the way in order to repeat it. We have some digital pianos that recreate that technique, but choosing the right piano for the right song is very crucial. If you're learning something that has just slow, steady chords like pop song or something, you can definitely do it on a digital or upright. But trying to play something that was meant for a grand piano on an upright or a bad quality digital, it will inevitably make you look like you don't have a good technique, just because piano cannot do it. Showing you today on a digital piano, but the grand piano is the best for all classical material. If you want to double check that your technique on piano is flawless, get in touch with me by emailing me at ninamusicstudies@gmail.com. Also download a free guide to daily piano practice with 8 tips to get your healthier piano playing pattern every day for free. Also, do not use digital piano for high quality piano songs unless that piano, like mine that I have, Kawaii OS 10, has a real grand piano keys with a real grand piano action. Then you can do that. But if it doesn't have a real grand piano keys and action, do not use digital piano for playing grand piano written songs. Alright, this is a very important one, going over your tension limit. So people practice and they go fast without actually needing to go fast at the moment, and they have these muscles here tensing up and becoming hot and very tense, and then they tell themselves, hey, I have exam tomorrow, I have a show, or whatever reason they make to go past their tension moment. If you're feeling tense or tired in your arms, you need a break. Also, that means you don't really have a good technique and you didn't practice slow. You need to take a break, you need to put your hands in hot salty water for 10-15 minutes, you need to put some tiger balm, you need to do some stuff to relax your muscles. If you continue playing after you already know that you're tense, you are going inevitably to hurt yourself, you will delay your progress. Do not go past that tension. When people say, okay, know your limit. When you exercise, you're tired, you can injure yourself, you go too far. People also say that about drinking, know your limit. There is always that limit. Even drinking too much water could be deadly. So you need to know your limit in tension. When you're going too long with a tense arm, you will only create problems. So stop, take a break, take care of your hands, and next time don't forget to practice slowly first. Did you ever wonder how to play faster or enjoyed someone who played so fast or highly skilled performance? Let me know in the comments down below. I can't wait to hear about it. Okay, next tip. You practicing on piano all the time gonna stop you from having amazing technique. You need sometimes to go away from the piano and look at the score and just imagine what you need to play. If you can clearly imagine where your fingers are moving and how it's gonna look on the piano just in your imagination, practicing away from the piano, that will really enhance your memorization and make you aware of exactly what you're doing, so you're not just relying on the tactile. Next tip, if you don't do mind over matter, you're not going to be able to achieve that success in piano. As you know, you need to first imagine the sound you want to create, not first play and then be surprised it didn't sound or it sounded the way you wanted. Don't take that chance. In your musical inner ear, imagine exactly how you want that line to go first, then play it. So you lead your mind first and then your fingers follow the mind. Just like you look where you walk before you walk there, you look where you drive before you drive there. So with your ears, you listen slightly in advance what you're about to create with your fingers, so mind comes before the matter, before the sound. Hey guys, this was a very specified video for my best viewers, for you guys to know how exactly to improve your technique or what to not do if you want to have a wonderful, brilliant technique on the piano. I went in a little bit more depth than usual because this is a special moment for us every few months to create that in-depth material for you. I hope you took something for yourself from this. You can also listen to some of the playlists that I have created where I played grand piano, where you can listen how it's done. And you can always send me a comment or a like or your question for more in-depth videos on piano music, spiritual development, and yoga. And be sure to check out this playlist to learn more free lessons about how to play piano. It has a lesson on how to play Ocean Etude by Chopin. Thanks for watching. My name is Dr. Nina Soyfer and I'm going to see you next week.